must have been love, but it's over now.
I'm so used to giving, and now I get to receive. Hi guys, welcome to a video, and in today's video I just wanted to discuss my favourite show, oh my gosh, Gap the series, and why A, I fell in love with this show so much, and B, why I feel like this show has raised the bar for lesbian content in general. That's that interpretive dance. I have not had a personality outside of simping for Mon and Sam for a while now, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, okay. So first of all, the biggest reason why I fell so deeply in love with this show is the connection and the chemistry between the two leads. The relationship between Mon and Sam is nothing short of magical. There's something so intimate and authentic about their connection, and watching them you can really feel everything that they're feeling. I mean, it's insane. I've said it before, but their chemistry is just insane. Of course, they're not the first on-screen lesbian couple to have chemistry, they're not, but at the same time, that level of chemistry is really, really rare. So, you know, when you get that, it's kind of like lightning in a bottle, and it's incredible to watch. Becky and Freen are so committed to those characters, and it's definitely made the show what it is, you know. I mean, just, oh my god, their connection, just mwah. I actually started watching this show because I saw one gif of Mon and Sam, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna need to see more of that. Yeah, I enjoyed the free sample, and now I'm ready to empty my bank account for them. Okay. Second of all, I love that this show unapologetically focuses on women and on lesbians. It's so rare to see lesbian media nowadays which just focuses on lesbians. I feel like with a lot of quote-unquote lesbian media, there's this idea that the focus can't solely be on women and can't solely be on lesbians, because if it is, the general audience will lose interest, and it's kind of like low-key insulting, you know. It's like women and lesbians are not enough on their own. Like, there always has to be some kind of male involvement or just something to do with men in general, you know? And I know that Gap has Kirk as a character, but he is not pandered to. I mean, there is no like love triangle where Kirk is involved, you know. It's very clear that he is just a pawn to move the story forward and has absolutely nothing to do with like any kind of romance. It's unapologetic in its focus on a lesbian romance and on women in general, and I really love that, you know. And oftentimes I feel like in shows where there's a lesbian couple, it's just allowed to be one. You know, it's like the one token lesbian couple and that's it. Whereas Gap was pretty much like, you get a lesbian couple and you get a lesbian couple and you get a lesbian couple. And the show also provides really kind of like positive and diverse representation. I mean, you have gender non-conforming and soft butch lesbians like T and Cher, and they're completely unapologetic about who they are, and it's just completely normalized, and it's just, it's amazing. It's such a gift. Thirdly, I love that we get the whole cake when it comes to showing lesbian affection on screen, as opposed to breadcrumbs that we're usually left begging for. Like, most of the time with on-screen lesbian couples, we're like lucky to get a kiss on the cheek. Oh my god, just a flashback to waiting 4 seasons to see Eve and Villanelle kiss in Killing Eve. But Gap the series never held back with the affection between Mon and Sam. I mean, I've lost count of all the kisses, and like, we ate good. And on top of the affection, the show was also committed to giving us like a happy, healthy portrayal of a lesbian couple and a happy ending, which is just, again, still really rare in lesbian media, and it shouldn't be. Seriously, some of the episodes in this show are like 10 lesbian movies crammed into one, and it's, oh my god. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe how this show is just everything. It's a gift to the lesbians. It's lesbian medicine. Oh my god. The fourth reason is the writing in this show is interesting and it's thoughtful. I have to tell you, after 3 seasons of Generation Q, it is so refreshing to just have a writer's room, to have a writer who actually cares about character development and continuity. Like, we understand why Sam is acting in a certain way. You know, that's explained through the dialogue, through the writing. We understand why Sam is who she is as a person. And we see her grow as a character. And it's the same with Becky. And we also explore their family dynamics. And if something ever kind of didn't make sense, they would take care to like explain it in a flashback or just like a couple of lines of dialogue. You know, it wasn't lazy writing. They were actually reading what was being put on the script, you know, they were paying attention. And the writing also addresses real issues that are happening in Thailand, you know, for example, the fact that same-sex marriage is not yet legal, like what it is to be a lesbian in that culture, how the younger and older generations are adapting and dealing with a changing culture, and the fact that same-sex marriage is not yet legal in Thailand. You know, there's all these really important conversations happening in the writing, and it's never kind of preachy and in your face. It's just threaded in there to give the audience kind of food for thought every now and then, you know? I think the show in general is a really positive source of representation to lesbians all over the world, not just in Thailand. So I love this show, okay. And finally, this show has a cast and a crew who actually care about the fan base and care about this show. You can see how proud the cast and the crew are of this show, how emotional they get when seeing how well this show has done and seeing how much we all kind of connect with it. And they take care to promote the show, to give the fans a lot of kind of like extra content, director's cuts, which we appreciate. Oh yes. And it really just kind of gives this feeling of like togetherness, like we're all a part of something special, you know. And not to bring up Generation Q again, because, you know, it's really hard not to kind of compare these two, but it's because I went from watching Generation Q to watching Gap, so I can't help but kind of compare and contrast. And with Generation Q, it very much felt like the fan base versus like the writer's room versus the showrunner, whereas with Gap it kind of just feels like we're all on the same side, you know, we're all a part of the same team and there's no kind of like resentment or animosity. I don't know. That's for another video. That's for another video, okay. So yes, that is why I love this show so much, and I do really feel like it's raised the bar for a lot of other lesbian content, you know. Okay guys, if you've seen Gap the series, which I know a lot of you have, because if you haven't, what, why, who, how? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you love lesbian content and commentary and women's voices, come and join the Sapphic Underground Club. Just come and join it. It's like a monthly tip for this. I will buy a slice of bread with the tip. Don't forget to subscribe for instant disappointment, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.